behind him.
How you doing?
Chet, just after going through this experience for the first time, playing all 82, but also the playoff experience, just how valuable do you feel like everything that you've gone through this season is for you personally?
I feel like it's been extremely valuable. I like to take all the lessons, the good and the bad, the wins and the losses, and try to make the most of them. And going into the summer, that's the plan.
We were just talking to Shane and a couple of other guys, and they were saying just how fun this season was, just how connected this group was. From your perspective, just how much joy was there just between this group, both on and off the floor?
It's hard to put in words. I haven't been on, a bunch of different teams in my career, but, you can definitely feel, even if you don't know what the other side's like, you can definitely feel that this is a special team, special locker room with a lot of special guys in it. Everybody cares for each other, wants to see each other win, and, we're all willing to sacrifice for the better of the whole team. And I think that's a perfect recipe to, have fun and enjoy it.
Marcus said yesterday that he wanted the feeling after the loss to kind of be like he wanted the pain to go toward the investment for the future. Just how much are you maybe preserving that feeling and maybe trying to weaponize that?
I don't want to just continue to have that feeling all summer, but I'm definitely going to remember it, if that makes sense. Whenever you lose, it's definitely added motivation, to work harder, to be better. And if it's not, then, you just don't really have your mindset on winning.
Yeah, what'd you learn about the playoffs? Did you learn about the 82 games?
Each separately?
Yeah, you played all 82. Now
Yeah.
the playoffs, what do you know now that you didn't know going into them?
I guess I know what it's like to go through it, because it's one thing for somebody to say, oh, it's going to be more physical, oh, it's going to be, the game's going to be slower. People can say whatever they want to say about the playoffs until you actually play. And the same thing like playing in the NBA. Somebody can talk to you about it all day long, but unless you've actually done it, you don't really know exactly, what to expect, how to, handle it, how to adjust, as things are happening. And I feel like I, have a good sense of what that's like now.
So what do you expect now before the playoffs?
I expect nothing less than what we saw this year. Extremely physical, competitive games. Both teams throwing punches, even in the first round when we played the Pelicans. It's not going to be easy. Teams are going to, try and throw different things at you to knock you off your rhythm, or figure out different ways that you're not as effective against them at. And we just have to be ready to weather storms and figure things out in live play, because it's not like a team can come out at halftime and throw something at you haven't seen, have a game planned for, and it's not like you can put the game on pause and go practice it and come back and execute it. So it's just being ready to expect the unexpected and kind of figure it out as it goes.
Mark said this is the lowest level that we'll see you just do your work ethic in the offseason. Do you agree with that assessment?
Yeah, I expect nothing less from myself than to, work extremely hard and become a better player. I don't plan to come back next year as a worse player or an equal player. I plan to come back, better in many areas.
Bismack said that he didn't play all 82 until his fifth year in, and he said his body hurt after the season was over. What do you say to that after playing, 82 plus 10?
Yeah, 15 preseason.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a lot of bumps and bruises, and you play through things here, play through things there. But I'd say the biggest thing coming out of it is the fatigue, both like mentally and physically. Physically, just because it's not as bad in the playoffs. You have less travel, more time between games. But the fatigue in the season is, especially like that January month, back-to-backs, traveling from one city to another on a back-to-back it's almost impossible to recover in the way that you need to for the next game. So sometimes you're just going out there and, this is what I got tonight. I'm going to just give it all. But it's not you at your highest level. So, I wouldn't, trade playing every game to sit out a couple to, say I didn't have to go through that. I think it was all worth it.
Was that something that you had set out to do before the season started, that you wanted to play on 82, or is that something that was just like,
no,
if it happens, then it happened?
I guess you could say a little bit of both. Before the season's even started, you can't say I want to play 82. There's so many things that could happen that you can't plan for. You could sprain your knee and literally not be able to play. So, trying to focus too much on that, it wasn't something I wanted to do. But, I more just wanted to focus on coming to play basketball every single day. It's what I love to do. It's what I do. And, if there isn't a really, really compelling reason for me not to, I'm going to go play.
You mentioned how you have a long way to go in your career. But are you able to put into perspective just how great of a rookie season you've had?
Too early. Yeah. Haven't even thought about it.
You said yesterday that nobody wins 15 straight rings, so you know you're going to feel last night's feeling again. I just wonder, I think the optimism from a lot of people from you guys' finish comes from people seeing the youth on his team and the potential window there. Is just, how do you view that concept of a championship window?
In this league, nothing's guaranteed, and things change so fast that all we can really focus on is improving to the best of our abilities and being the best team that we can be coming into each year. And that starts now for next year. And we can't worry about what we might look like or what opportunity we might have in 3 years, because there's so much that isn't guaranteed. They always post the graphics after each season. This is what the NBA looked like 5 years ago, and there's 15 All-Stars in different jerseys. You know what I mean? So it's so much changes in the NBA, and your season could come down to one injury at the wrong time. You can't focus on a time span that wide. You just got to focus on today, tomorrow, putting a plan in place for the off season, to get you in the right position for next season. And then when the season starts, it's the same thing. Show up day one ready to work and put together a plan to put yourself in the best position towards the end of the regular season. That's what we're going to do. That's what we did this year, and that's what we're going to continue to do year in, year out.
Is there a moment from last season where you couldn't play that you look back on from maybe a conversation or an interaction you had with somebody that you look back on today, maybe to help you throughout the season?
I definitely thought back to it, whenever something was challenging, or I woke up really fatigued on a back-to-back type of thing. Just being grateful that a year ago I wasn't even afforded the opportunity, so now I have the opportunity. I gotta, I owe it to myself and the people who helped me get back to being healthy and able to play. I owe it to myself and them to, go out there and take full advantage of the opportunity.
I don't know if you're going to work out with any players or anything, but how much do you look forward to those summer workouts with those other players, greats like KD?
I love the off season. I love working out. I love playing pickup. And you want to play pickup against the best players that you can find. So, whoever's willing to get in the gym and hoop, I'm gonna be there.
There are some guys that say they don't want to work out with other NBA players because they don't want to show them what they have. There are some guys that love working out with. What made you decide that you want to work out with other NBA players?
I would say I don't have the arrogance yet to be I don't need to like if I'm in the summer working out against somebody who has 15 plus All-Star appearances, et cetera, I think I'm taking from them more than they're taking from me. So I don't have the arrogance to be like, I don't want them to be stealing my moves. Like, come on now, So, I'm just looking for the best competition to go and play against.
You think you'll always be that way?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like even if it's the other way around, I'm just, the like artist in me of like the way I look at basketball. I just want to push the game forward. So if there's a young dude who wants to come in the gym and, get working, I'm gonna think back to myself now and be like, I was in that same position. As long as they're going about it the right way and treating the game with respect, like come work out, let's do it.
Chet, you're coming off the series against the Mavericks, against two of the more creative finishers in the entire league with Kyrie and Luka. How do you feel like you've gotten better as a rim protector going against guys like that?
Yeah, it's tough because you don't want to let those two get close enough to the rim where you even have to protect the rim. You try to get the ball out of their hands and force other guys to beat you at the rim. So, there's a delicate balance of that, but, great players make great plays. Kyrie got to the rim for some crazy finishes a couple times in the series, and, Luka as well. You got to respect the passing, so, it makes you hesitant sometimes. I mean, it's just getting that experience and understanding how different guys play, how they make reads, what they like to do. It can only make me better for the next time around.
Do you think that's something that a lot of fans don't see, of just like the difference between rim protection and rim deterrence, of just not even letting guys get shots up?
I'd say the people who only look at the box scores don't see that, but people who understand the game and watch the game, see that. Like when somebody has a layup and they don't attempt it, that's not going in the stat sheet, but it's I guess you could say a winning play, having that to your advantage. So, I mean, it's just as important as blocking a shot, keeping somebody from attempting a high percentage shot, too. So, whether other people see it or not, I'm going to try and make the winning play, though.
That's a little about wanting to be a first-year All-NBA defender and what it would take to get into those conversations. What do you feel like it would take for...
I don't know what more he could do, honestly. So, yeah.
Chet,
extremely talented. Like, sorry, let me finish this. Yeah, he deserves more votes, more recognition for that stuff. He shouldn't have to say it. Nobody should have to say it. It should just kind of be obvious. But he deserves it, and I definitely feel like these playoffs have opened some eyes.
Go ahead.
So how do you describe Shea's leadership this season, or even when you were not playing last season? What did you see in him?
He leads in a lot of different ways. He's not the most, I'd say, vocalizing leader. Like he leads with his words, both with encouragement and kind of trying to give knowledge. But I'd say the biggest way he leads is with example. A lot of times he's first one in here, last one to leave, and he's always doing the right thing on and off the court. And on top of that, he's a high-level talent, so it's hard not to try and follow suit with what he does. And that's been a big part for us this season, and a big reason why so many of us have been able to reach for improvement.
Do you plan or want to play with the select team this summer?
I don't know. I haven't even thought about that yet. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Shea said that he thought that this group could win a championship if you guys put the work in. Do you agree?
I mean, yeah, I'm always say if you put the work in, anything's possible. So, I agree.
Anybody else? Chet, have you rewatched any part of last night's game?
Yeah, I've seen few of the clips. There were a couple clips rewatched during the game. When I was on the bench, like telling our video guy, pull that up, let me see it one more time, so that I could kind of see from a bird's eye perspective, see the play and what mistake I might have made. But I haven't watched it in its totality, no.
Have you seen the clip of the lob with 20 seconds?
Yeah, I saw that.
Just now, after you digested all of this, like, what do you make of that play? What it meant in the moment? What you thought it could have been?
I think it was a great attack by Shea to get downhill and force the help, and then make the right read. And I was able to go and finish it, and it was the right play. We executed it well to give us, a lead with 12 seconds left or whatever, which in any game you'll take. You always want a lead with 12 seconds left, and then, that doesn't guarantee a win. So, credit to the Mavs. They were able to make a play on the other end and win the game.
And I know the next play kind of will make it, swept under the rug, but is that maybe the craziest play you've ever made that you didn't decide again?
I don't know, honestly. I don't think it was like a crazy play. I feel like it was a pretty normal play. It was just at a significant time, I guess.
Anybody else?
Thank you, Jet.
Thank you, Jet.